Hello everyone. Today we are going to see software testing unit 1 session 22. In the previous video we have seen code coverage testing methods. Till now we have completed statement coverage testing. Then we have seen condition coverage, then path coverage, function coverage. And today we'll see another method of code coverage testing, that is code complexity testing. So this code complexity testing is a software metric used to measure the complexity of a program. This metric measures independent paths through program source code. So this when a particular code is given, a particular small unit or program is given, to test that particular code, total how many paths you need to test and total how many different inputs you need to provide for that particular code. So that you will understand from this code complexity testing. So code complexity testing is nothing but from a particular code you will understand total how many paths are there to be tested and how many different inputs you need to supply to test that particular code. So it is calculated by developing a control flow graph. So control flow graph is nothing but the code you are going to convert that into control flow graph. Okay, from that control flow graph you will understand the flow of that program. Total how many paths are there and how many decision making statements are there. So these all you will understand from this control flow graph. So control flow graph is nothing but it consists of nodes and edges. So that code, particular code, you are going to convert into control flow graph. That is, you need to identify how many nodes and edges you are going to consider for that control flow graph. That means the total number of statements you are going to consider that now into nodes, and the flow you are going to show that in edges. So the statements we are going to consider as nodes and the flow we are going to consider it as edges. Then it describes, so it is nothing but the sequence in which different instructions of a program get executed. So you will understand the sequence of different instructions, how to get executed. So it is the way control flows through the program. So how your program flows exactly it will show there. To compute cyclomatic complexity, yes, if you want to find out the cyclomatic complexity of a particular code, what all is needed, there are some steps. So start with a conventional flow chart, that is flow graph. So when a particular code is given, convert that into control flow graph. So from that you will understand exactly how many paths are there. And then identify the decision points. So identifying decision points, that is total how many conditional statements are there in that particular code. That is very important. And that we call it as predicate nodes. For decision making points, conditional statement, we call it as predicate nodes. Convert complex predicates to simple predicates. That means now consider the particular code. In that you have more than one conditional statement under a single statement. You have more than one conditions in a single statement. Then make it easier, break that condition into simple statements, simple predicates, so that it is very easy to understand the flow. Combine all sequential statements into a single node. So if there are sequential statement, that is one statement after the another statement, so such statements you consider as a single node. So as I told you, nodes are nothing but you are going to consider it as statements. So when there are one statement after the another statement, consider these all statements into a single node. So make sure that all edges terminate at some point. So when you are drawing the control flow graph, so make sure that all the edges, the flow should terminate to at some node. You need to show that termination to some node. Now let us see the difference between flowchart and control flow graph. Here the sequential statements which comes one after the another are combined into the single node, and the decision making part, that is true part and the false part, even here the separate nodes are shown here, and all the edges and the termination of the edges must be shown to one particular node. You can see here, make sure that all edges terminate at some node. So you have to make sure that all edges terminate at some node here. And again we have here sequential statement, we are shown in a single node here. So these statements are nothing but are shown in the nodes, and the flow is shown as the edges. So this control flow graph is a collection of nodes and edges. So let us understand this with the help of an example. So in this example we have 4 nodes, and we have here how many edges? 4 edges, edge 1, edge 2, edge 3 and edge 4. Now this is one particular code. Of that particular code we have drawn the control flow graph. So from this control flow graph we understood that total how many paths you need to test here. Now you need to decide total how many different inputs you need to take now to test these various paths. So from control flow graph we already understood total how many paths are there. Now to test this each path, total how many different inputs you need to take, that you need to decide by complexity, cyclomatic complexity. So in this example, so total number of nodes are 4, total number of edges are 4 here, and cyclomatic complexity, the formula is they are given in the formula. You need to put that, you need to substitute the value in that formula, and you will get the cyclomatic complexity. So edges we have 4 and nodes we have 4 here, edges 4, nodes 4, so we'll get the value here 2. And there is another formula to calculate this cyclomatic complexity, that is number of predicate nodes plus 1. This is another formula. So predicate nodes means decision making nodes. So in this example we have only one decision making node, this is here. So if this condition is true, it is going to execute either true part or false part, and then termination we have shown to one particular node. So only one decision making node we have here, and so we are going to consider the p value as predicate node value as 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. So the answer of this formula and this formula should match with each other. Then you are going to say that these values are correct. Okay. So from this cyclomatic complexity you will understand that you need here at least 2 test cases, 2 different input values to test this various path. So you need here at least 2 different values to test this all various paths. So this we will understand by calculating this cyclomatic complexity. Let us see another example. So this is one particular code function they are given. Now we need to find out the code cyclomatic complexity for this. So first of all you need to convert this code into a control flow graph, and we have taken here the statements number, statement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So now based on this statement numbers you need to draw the control flow graph. So first find out the predicate nodes here. We have here 2 predicate nodes, while statement and the if statement, if condition. So these are the 2 decision making statements we have here. So this is how the control flow graph looks. So statement 1 is nothing but your while loop. So if the while loop is false, directly it is going to execute statement 6. You can see here, if the while loop is false, it is going to come directly to statement 6. and if the while loop is through, it is going to enter into the if condition, and if the if condition is also true, it is going to execute statement 3, else it is going to execute statement 4. So if the while condition is true, it enters into the conditional statement, and if the conditional statement is true, it is going to execute statement 3, and termination we need to show. You can see here the termination we have shown, statement 5, we have taken as separate node here, termination. Okay, then from node 5, it again goes back to the while loop, and again it tests with a new different value. And if this statement 2, conditional statement is false, it is going to execute statement 4, that is false part, and it is going to end here. Okay, and again it is going to go back to the while condition. So in this true part and in this false part, okay, it returns back to the while statement, and if the while statement is false, directly it will execute statement 6. So we have converted this code into now control flow graph. So from this control flow graph, we understood that total how many independent paths are there, total how many paths you need to test. Now you need to decide now total how many different inputs you need to take now for this particular code. That you are going to decide by cyclomatic complexity formula. Now see how to draw the control flow graphs. First let us understand that. Now this is the sequential statement. If there is a sequential statement, you can consider into a single node, okay, and otherwise you can also show in a separate nodes. See here, this is the conditional statement we have shown here. Okay, so whenever you are converting into control flow graph, first give the numbers to the statement so that you will not get confused. You will understand which is node 1, 2 and 3. So the termination we have shown in the node 4. So after the node 2 execution, it is going to come here node 5, and even after the else part, it is going to come to node 4. See this another example. So while loop we have here. So first statement is while loop. If the while condition is true, it is going to execute statement 2 and statement 3. So if this is true, it is going to execute statement 2 and 3. As it is a while loop, it is going to return back to the first condition. And if the while loop is false, it is going to execute statement 4. So until the loop is true, it is going to execute this all part. When the loop is false, directly statement 4. So this is how we are going to convert the code into a control flow graph. Okay. So using formula, you are going to find out total how many different inputs you need to supply, total how many test cases you need. So for this control flow graph, so total how many different inputs will come. So there are 7 edges and 6 nodes. So how many edges are there? Calculate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So total 7 edges and total 6 nodes. So we will get the value now here 3. Now there is another formula to check out whether your value is correct or no. Number of predicate nodes. So number of predicate nodes are here 2. One is while loop and if condition. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So it is matching. Okay, then your code complexity is correct. So you need here at least 3 different test cases so that you can test all independent paths. So in today's topic, we have completed cyclomatic code complexity testing, and in the next topic also we'll see some various examples on this code complexity and the code coverage testing tools. Thank you.